You're listening to the What the Wrestling Podcast, the show that brings you all things wrestling with your host, RJD.
You already know what time it is. I've been gone for a minute, but I'm back with the jump off. We are talking all things All Elite Wrestling, Media Scrum, All Out, MJF. My thoughts coming up right about now. Stay tuned. All right. Like I said, follow me, RJD699 on Twitter, RJD_199 on Instagram, RJD199 on Snapchat. But most importantly, follow What's the Wrestling on Facebook and YouTube and TikTok. Follow What the Wrestling on Spodify and Anchor. We working on that iTunes, baby. Follow What the Wrestling because you love me. All right, enough of that. Let's get into this all things crazy weekend. Let's go. Yes. Kizai. RJD here. And better show my figure. Don't worry, my PlayStation sign's coming back soon. Hi, everybody. RJD here. Welcome. I know. Did you miss me? Shout out. Listen, man. This is crazy. This is crazy. We're going to keep this right here because I'm going to be doing a lot of talking. Lot of talking. Oh, whoa, way too loud. Lot of talking. Coming up soon. Man, I missed all you guys. But before we get into anything, hit the like button, like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel, What the Wrestling. You already know you got my socials on the screen. Let us not cap. All right, let's stop the cap.
Stop the cap.
You saw it, so go hit the like button. Come on. HBO, man, help a brother out. Shout out to the Poor Man's Podcast. Help a brother out. Almost at 100 views, not views, but 100 listens on Anchor. Listen, I know people probably saying, man, 100.
Respect my authority!
That's it. You goddamn right. I appreciate somebody listening to my stuff 100 times. I don't care, because when I get to 100,000, keep that same energy. So, appreciate everybody for listening. I think we might be at 100, but I'm not going to check it now. I'll check it after. YouTube. We getting a little 10, 20 views. Listen, man, we a baby channel. We a baby, but we got to grow. We got to milk it. We got to spread the seed. We got to water the plant, baby. So hit the like button.
Stop it. Get some help.
And help a brother out. HBO, baby. All right, let's talk about Punk. Unless you've been living under a rock, All Out was Sunday, and it was long as hell. God damn it. What a long show. Listen, TK.
Stop it. Get some help.
Brother. I ain't gonna lie. It was 11 o'clock. I think Jungle Boy got squashed. And I'm like, yes, we got the main event next. No, we got 2 more shows to go. Or two more matches to go. I was like, I want to go home. I had to work the next day. I had to be to work at 5 in the morning. I didn't get home till like 1:30. Oh man, it was a rough day. It was a rough night. But we got to work. We got the job done, and we getting this chicken, so it's all good. Doing what adults do. But in all seriousness, very long show, but nobody is talking about the major return we got at the show because everybody is talking about the media scrum, which happened after, and the fight subsequently that took place after that. A lot to get into, a lot to unpack. I'm going to break this down slow, so bear with me. I was going to go live, but I don't want to. We're going to do this. Then I'm going to hit the Dragon Ball Z. Then I'm going to watch Dynamite. Dynamite might have 2 million viewers tonight because all the buzz is around them. Even though it is negative buzz, it is still buzz. So I'm very interested to see what's going to happen in lieu of some new information that just came out today. Apparently, unfortunately, a lot of people were suspended today. So let's talk about that, being that that's the most recent thing. So that's the most recent thing. So let's talk about who got suspended. So Sports Illustrated has officially talked about everybody who was suspended because of the altercation that took place after All Out. So that sucks that nobody is kind of remembering All Out for what happened, but instead everybody's talking about All Out for the nonsense that took place after All Out. So that sucks. We're going to get rid of all of this. Let's see if I could get the names because I don't want to misquote. No, let me get the names. Because Sports Illustrated did report this. Names of people suspended in AEW. Yeah, so that sucks. So the list is as follows. The list is as follows: Kenny Omega, Matt and Nick Jackson, Pat Buck, Christopher Daniels, Michael Nakazawa, Brandon Cutler, and multiple sources have shared that Punk and Ace Steel will either be those among suspended or will no longer be with the company by the end of Wednesday.
Surprise, motherfucker.
You activated my trap card.
Get the fuck out of here!
We hitting all the buttons because this is crazy. Now let me tell you why. The fact that I don't think. Okay, let me tell you what I think first.
You stupid.
I know I fumbled that, but I don't think they're gonna fire CM Punk. I think CM Punk will be suspended because the belief is he has nuclear white hot heat backstage. It's unreal how much heat he has. Those were the quotes that were given. So I suspect that, but they said if he is to remain with the company, he's going to have to make major amends. Now, as far as what happened, everybody's wrong, okay? And
Nope.
for those of you who say, oh no, it doesn't mean, listen, I got some of my bros in the group chat that I'm in. They're like, no, it's not everybody's fault. And I'm just like,
Get the fuck out of here!
what are you talking about? You can't. One side of the story is that Steel, who is Punk's manager, Steel was sitting in there with his wife and Punk, and he is nursing an injury that's legit. And then we got Matt and Nick banging on the door, and they couldn't get in. He didn't answer them, so they kicked down the door and went in there. Punk felt threatened, started throwing haymakers, connected, I think, with Nick Jackson, and then everything went crazy. Steel bit Omega, and threw a chair at, I think, Matt Jackson, and all hell broke loose. They fought for a while. Like, this wasn't, hey, push, and then, no, this was like a long 5, 6 minute, 7 minute drawn out fight. And if you know anything about fighting, if you're fighting for 5, 6, 7 minutes, that's a long time. That's a long time. So that's one side of the story. The other side of the story is that they came in there to talk, and as soon as they walked up in there, Punk just started throwing haymakers, and then the Bucks had to defend themselves, and then Steel bit Omega. Steel threw a chair at one of the Jackson brothers, and that's crazy. Everybody's wrong because, and I'm going to break down why everybody's wrong. If CM Punk did indeed throw a punch, he's wrong. So for those of you who think he's not wrong, listen.
Stupid.
Don't be stupid. He's wrong. If CM Punk threw a punch, he's wrong. Do I think he was wrong in defending himself on live TV? No. Do I think he was wrong in bringing up Colt Cabana the time that he did? Yes. He wasn't wrong for bringing it up. And if you want to air out the Elite because you think they supposedly leaked some information, falsely accusing you of getting Cabana, aka fired or moved to Ring of Honor, then you have every right to voice your displeasures with them, but you don't do it at a media scrum after the major pay-per-view that happened when we got a major person coming back into the fold and everybody went crazy. Wrong place, wrong time. That's one. Nick Steele. Well, if Steele is throwing chairs at people, you wildin'. Now I know he's like, oh, my wife is back there and she's hurt and I just went ballistic.
Stupid.
Come on, son. We don't believe you. You need more people. You threw a chair, my guy? Come on, bro. Ain't nothing. If you're going to throw the hands, throw the hands. It happens. We men. Sometimes we fight. But you throwing chairs at people, brother? What if you fucked his eye up and he can no longer wrestle? I mean, yeah, that can happen during a fist fight too, but I mean, most things that happen during a fist fight, somebody get knocked out, everybody stops. But you throwing a chair at somebody, projecting a chair, however far, however close, across the room, you wildin', bro. One wrong move, and that's all she wrote. Then what? Come on, man. That was not good. Not right. You defending your mans, I understand. But come on, man. You throwing chairs? That's all you need, brother. You ain't got to be throwing no chairs. Unless they threw chairs at you, but in fact they did not. I understand. So, I don't know. The Elite, Kenny and the Bucks. Listen. Punk said, listen, if you got a problem, come see me. Come fucking see me. They went to see him. They kept that same energy. Listen. They kept that same energy.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
He said, you want to come see me? Come see me. And they went to go see him. So my thing is, if they came in there hot, screaming, yelling, but they didn't touch him, then they got every right to come get that smoke. But if they came in there guns blazing and they got swung on, not a good look. But as EVPs, is that the way we conduct business? No, sir. That is not the way we conduct business. We do not roll up on talent. Listen, this is giving me WCW vibes. You just rolling up on talent, swinging, trying to, yo, what's up? You are an EVP. You got to conduct yourself like an EVP. If you was talent and you rolled up on them like that, that's different. That's just two talents having a discussion. I'm sure that shit happened all the time through every era, but we just never heard about it. But now that we have the internet, we hear about everything. So I'm not gonna say this has never happened before. It probably has, but as an EVP, this is not how you conduct yourself, brother. You are an EVP of a company. You do not roll up on talent like that. You sit down, you have a meeting, you roll up on them. I'm not saying you don't go talk to him, but you go talk to him. If you gotta wait outside his goddamn door until he walks out, then you wait outside the door. If they bust the door down, listen, I don't know about all this. You wait your ass right there and you say, listen, he can't stay there all night. You gotta come out sometime. As soon as he comes out, yo man, we gotta talk about that. Well, fuck you, I don't want to talk. All right, say less. We ain't gonna talk about it now. You mad, I'm mad, whatever. But listen, as an EVP, we're not gonna sit here and you're not gonna sit here and disrespect me on live TV in the media scrum for the whole world to see. You're not gonna sit here and disrespect me like that. Now, whether they did leak information, if they did, they wrong. Stupid. For that. They wrong for that. But if they did not, if they in fact did not leak any information, and Punk is misinformed. Now listen, Colt Cabana is their guy, so I could definitely see them leaking information to make Punk look bad. Now all of a sudden the crowd turns on Punk, not all the way, but his reactions are affected. He gets turned on because people side with Colt Cabana, because it looks like he did get Cabana moved or fired. So I can see what the optics are. I can see how it looks, but maybe he had nothing to do with that. Maybe that was Tony Khan trying to make CM Punk comfortable, so he moved somebody CM Punk doesn't like to another brand. At first, they were going to let him go. They were going to let Cabana go. But the Young Bucks and Kenny intervened because that's their guy, that's their friend. And they said, listen, man, he's a great person. He's a good wrestler. He was in the Dark Order. Let's just move him to Ring of Honor. Why let him go? He ain't do nothing wrong. So maybe Punk looked at it like, they looked at it like, yo, this is Punk's fault. When in reality, Punk probably didn't do nothing but exist. So we can't, there's a lot of moving parts here. It's not Punk's fault that he got moved because of Punk. Like, that's not my fault. I'm not Tony Khan. I didn't move him. Tony Khan moved him. What you mad at me for? So they got to take that L too, because as EVPs, there's a way to go about addressing shit, and that's not the way to do it. If they bust down his door, and come on, man, you don't got to do all that. You just wait outside. Yo, listen, you got to come out sometime, bro. You can't stay in there all night. As soon as you hear that door open, yo, my man, we got to talk. Oh, we ain't got nothing to talk about. Nah, fam, we got to talk. You said come see you if we got a problem, right? Well, now I'm coming to see you. What was up with all that bullshit you said in the media scrum? That's it. If you got a problem with the man and he ain't trying to open the door, now you can talk. Now you got to talk to me. I'm right here. You voice your displeasures, he voices his. We don't got to come to blows. But you think what he did was wrong, burying you on the damn media scrum? I also think that was wrong. He shouldn't have done that. But there's a way to go about it. So what do we know? Let's start from the top. So Adam Page went into business for himself, supposedly, quote unquote, and CM Punk addressed that too. In the build up to a championship match between AEW's Adam Page and CM Punk, Hangman cut a promo and he mentioned workers' rights. Now, Punk did not want to have anybody mention Cabana or anything like that, but everybody knew what he was talking about when he said Colt Cabana, because Colt Cabana was one of the people who talked about workers' rights. So the people in the know, in the back, knew what Hangman was talking about. But us, the fans, we had no fucking idea. The fans were like, stupid. Yeah, that promo was weird. What the hell is he talking about? Even me, I came on here and I was like, well, he cut a promo, but I kind of don't know what he said. Go back and look at the video. I made a video of that Dynamite, and I'm like, well, I don't understand what the hell he was talking about, but I love the intensity. Like, Even me, I was like, I don't know what the hell he's talking about. Why did he bring up workers' rights? And why do you mean you're trying to save the locker room from Punk? What the hell does that even mean? So the fans had the same, they're like, what is he talking about? But apparently he did not want that to get out. Now they had the match, and then he broke his foot. So he never got a chance to address Hangman on the live mic. So because he felt, yo, I told this guy don't mention Cabana, but yeah, he mentions Cabana. So you know what? I'm going to give my receipt back tonight live on the air. So he calls him out, and he's like, that's not cowboy shit. That's coward shit. And everybody was like, oh! Why is he getting on Hangman? Like, I thought his feud was with Mox. What the hell is this? So that was a receipt. Am I mad that Punk did that? No. Was he wrong? No. Listen, you told him don't mention this, and he mentions this. I told you don't mention nothing about Cabana or Cabana, and you mentioned something about Cabana. So he didn't say him by name, but he still alluded to it. Punk got tight, gave him the receipt. Now, if it stops there, that's fine. If it stops right there, nobody has to know anything else. And we're not even talking about this. We're talking about MJF right now. But because Punk brought it up again after All Out, now we're talking about this for 4 days straight, or 3 days straight. And people are getting suspended, losing money. People are fumbling the bag over this bullshit. So that was the thing. This caused fans to speculate that he was behind Colt Cabana getting fired from AEW, and that he wanted Cabana gone from there. Many fans expressed their displeasure over this, and Punk received a lot of flack as a result, which is what I just said. Punk got a lot of backlash, when in reality, Punk probably had nothing to do with that. That was all Tony Khan. Tony Khan was probably like, yo, I want to make Punk happy. Let me move this guy off the brand. I wasn't going to renew him anyway. Let me get rid of him until the Elite got wind of it, and then they said, yo, let's just put him on Ring of Honor. So Punk was probably like, yo, I didn't even do shit. Like, I didn't do nothing. What are you mad at me for? So this made Punk mad, and it caused heat between him and Hangman. But he broke his foot, so he never got the chance to address it because he broke his foot and he was out all summer, damn near all summer. So when he finally does come back, then he calls out the Hangman. Hangman doesn't come out, so it made Hangman look like a punk because the babyface didn't respond to CM Punk. So it made Hangman look like a punk, but at the same time, Hangman wasn't scheduled to go out there, so he's not going to go out there. So that was the receipt for what he said he didn't want him to do. Great. Water under the bridge. It should have stopped right there. Even if they're mad at each other, they don't like each other, that's where it should have stopped. So we go through this. Punk has to leave. Mox gets the belt. Now we at the meet, and then MJF comes back, and now we're at the media scrum. And this is what he said at the media scrum.
A grown-ass adult man, and I decide not to be friends with somebody is nobody else's fucking business. But my friends, if I fall backwards, will catch me.
Okay. Why is this thing tweaking? He said more than that. Hold on, ladies and gentlemen.
Backwards will catch me.
Okay, what the hell is going on here? Do I need to refresh this page? Okay, so my computer is acting crazy. Great. Okay, my computer's really acting crazy. Awesome. Is there an update I need to do or something? What's wrong with this thing? What's going on here? All right, so let me see what's up with this computer, because I know, it's looking crazy right now. Give me a second. We're gonna fix this. Tranquilo. All right. it's like shit is just like not responding. I'm like, what's going on here? All right, so let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. All right. Still tweaking, but it's all right. I don't need that. I don't need this shit anymore. So we're just gonna go off the top of the dome, being that my computer's acting crazy. We're just gonna roll off the top of the dome with it. So he goes in the media scrum and he says, it's annoying that we have people that call themselves EVPs that couldn't run a target. And I'm sitting there like, oh! They call themselves EVPs and they couldn't run a target, going and spreading stuff about me that I got somebody fired. He's like, I haven't talked to Colt in years. I haven't been friends with this guy since 2014, probably longer than that. And then he goes off on Colt, talking about, yeah, you know, Colt sued. Then he goes off about the lawsuit and how Colt sued them. And then Colt has a bank account with his mother, so he dropped the lawsuit because they share a bank account. And he went into this whole big thing. And then Tony Khan tried to interject, but Punk just brought it right back to Hangman and then right back to the EVPs. So he was steaming. He already knew before that media scrum took place, Punk was like, I'm about to get into all they ass. But I think Punk was honestly irritated before that, because at the end of the show, MJF gets a huge babyface reaction, and in Chicago, and he got a bigger reaction than CM Punk did. We were happy to see MJF. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I was in that bar and we was like, MJF, MJF. You can't even hear us. But we was screaming like they were screaming in Chicago. He was like, and I am the devil. When we saw that back hairline and we saw that Burberry scarf go around his neck, we was like, yeah. We were going crazy.
Oh, yeah.
We were going crazy. And I could have, I listened to, I watched it back. I watched it back when I got home the next day. I watched back a lot of it. I watched back the Acclaim match. I watched back Bryan Danielson, and I watched back the main event, Bryan Danielson, the Ishii, and Eddie Kingston. I watched back a lot of matches. Not all of them, but a lot of them. And my God, that goddamn reaction MJF got, that's the first thing I watched back. Because in the bar, we were all screaming, so we couldn't hear what he was saying. But they went crazy for MJF. In Chicago, of all places, he's getting treated like the babyface. Maybe Punk was mad about that, because why would you bring this up? Because make no mistake, nobody asked him about Hangman Colt Cabana. He brought that up because he saw a guy there that was covering the story on Hangman. And he asked you, are you friends? Covering the story on Colt Cabana and his lawsuit years ago. And he said, are you friends with Steve Coltman? And that's Colt Cabana. Well, I forgot his name. Coltman or something like that. And he was like, what? No. And then he went off. And then he went off on the EVPs, Matt and Nick Jackson. He mentioned Nick by name. So he went off on them. So that's how this all started. So after that, then we got reports coming out as of Sunday night, Monday morning. Everybody's going crazy. And we found out that there was an altercation. Dave Meltzer called it a melee. Dave Meltzer and Brian Alvarez were there. Shout out to them. They called it a melee. And it was like, yeah, there was an altercation. And it was like, oh, so did it happen during the bell? Did they ring the bell? No, it was in the locker room. What? So people, and then they said Matt got hit and had a black eye. And then reports were coming out all over the place. And then we find out Monday night what really happened. So there's two sides to the story, as everybody keeps saying. One side is that the Bucks got mad, broke the door down, that he wasn't opening the door, went in there all hostile, and then melee ensued. The other story is that as soon as the door was open for them, or as soon as they got in there, Punk just swung on them. Two sides. So Like I said, after that, we find out there's an altercation. Matt rolled up. He got swung on. He got hit. Nick got hit in the eye. I think it was Nick Jackson got hit in the eye. Steel bit Omega. Threw a chair at Nick. Melee ensued. They fought for a while. And I saw the view where security, they're talking to Tony Khan. And this is happening while Tony Khan is in front of the media scrum. While he's talking, Tony Khan is talking, and then all of this is going down behind him. He has no idea because he doesn't have his phone because he doesn't want to be interrupted live on the air on YouTube. So I understand it. I understand him not having his phone. That's not that big of a deal. But all of this shit is going down, and you see security run, like you see it. Somebody had an angle of it. And then Jericho informs him of this, and Jericho also was one of the guys who were back there helping to calm down the situation. Now, all these people suspended was all of these people that were involved. So maybe this is going on. They're fighting for like 30 seconds, 40 seconds. Now here comes Brandon Cutler. Now here comes Christopher Daniels. Here comes all these other people. This shit looks like a madhouse.
You've activated my trap card.
AEW right now is looking bad. Bad, all of them. Tony Khan is looking soft because CM Punk is in front of his boss, spazzing on the EVPs and Hangman. Cursing, fuck this, fuck that. I don't got fuck all to do with this. What the fuck? These fucking airheaded Hangman and blah, 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 blah. It's like, I don't got nothing to do with this fucking shit. Fuck, fuckity, fuck. F this, F that, F. I don't give a fuck. Fuck it all. He looked crazy because you cut his mic, or you say, yo, listen. No more questions. No. Listen. I pay you. You don't pay me. Tranquilo. We're not talking about this no more.
How about no?
Any questions on Moxley? Any questions on MJF? Any questions on what happened tonight? If you got anything else to ask about anything else, we're not talking about that. Bam! Shut it down right there. Easy. Shut it down. That's how you shut that down. If TK jumps in and does that, we're not having this discussion. This dies on Monday night. Because as soon as that shit came out about Colt Cabana, and he's like, TK's like, yo. All right. As soon as he gets the first rant out, okay. Wait. You can't hear you because your mic is off. Or TK takes the mic and he's like, yo, listen. You think CM Punk is going to reach over TK to grab the mic? You think TK... Bro, you crazy? Like, if TK just asserts his dominance right there, you crazy? My man said, you know how much money I'm paying you? Bro, we're going to keep it locked and loaded on what happened tonight, about MJF coming back, about Mox, about this awesome show that happened tonight. Matter of fact, and if we can't, then, we can cut this short and we can move on to the next person. CM Punk would have fell right in line, as he should have, if TK would have said that. Your boss tells you to tranquilo, you tranquilo. I mean, that's it. Like, what are you going to do? So, Punk was out there like, oh, man, it was hilarious. That's first and foremost. TK looking crazy right now. TK looks like he ain't got no authority out there at all.
Respect my authority!
You got the shit with Eddie Kingston. You got the EVPs fighting your world champion. What?
Damn. Stop it. Get some help.
Your EVPs are fighting your world champion in the locker room.
Get the fuck out of here!
You cannot be serious. Perception is reality. And right now, the perception of AEW is bad. Bad. Not good at all. So, TK had to suspend everybody. He had to. He had to. You suspend everybody. If, depending on whose fault it was, they might get more blame. CM Punk, we're not firing CM Punk. He gets a suspension too, but he gets a longer suspension. Besides the fact the brother was already hurt. So apparently, he hurt himself on the Tope Suicida. He hurt himself on a Suicida. So he was already about to take time off because he was hurt. He hurt his shoulder, and it was serious. So it might be separated. Hopefully, it's not that bad. We wish him speedy recovery. But he was already unhealthy. Now, they might have been able to work around it, but you suspend that brother. You tell him, go home, relax yourself, come back with fresh eyes, and then you tell Punk to his face, listen, can we do business? Can you cope with these guys? These guys are my EVPs. You have the EVPs over here, you got Punk over here, and you sitting down and you talking to both of them, and you're like, yo, listen.
You've activated my trap card.
All y'all sit your asses down. This is what we about to do. This is what we about to do. You tell them all.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
As soon as they walk in, you tell them that. Have a seat, have a seat. Listen. This is what we gonna do. Can we do business? And before you answer that, I need you to understand something. Punk, I love you. I want you here. You came out of retirement. You came out of 10 long years of being out, 7, 8, whatever, however many long years of relaxing. You wanted to come back. You making us a hell of a lot of money. I'm paying you a hell of a lot of money, and you have delivered. But what happened was unacceptable. I don't want you gone, but we need to be able to coexist in this locker room. You're my world champion. You guys are my EVPs. We're going to start with you, Punk. If you cannot do business, if you cannot coexist with these guys without the bullshit and be professional about shit, that means not fighting in the locker room, not trying to knock each other's heads off. If you cannot do that, then you know what? We had a good year. I will let you out of your contract. Sayonara. Straight like that.
Damn, son. Where?
EVPs. Y'all back. I had to suspend y'all too. I love y'all. We started this together. We built this thing up. We're doing everything. We got fans. We got TV. We got a hell of a lot to lose. So what happened? You could have lost your goddamn eye. We got a hell of a lot to lose. And if you're going to continue to be, if you want to be talent, we could downgrade you to talent. We get the paperwork ready. If you want to be talent, we could, and just talent, we could do that. We could do that. But as EVPs of this company right here that we started, that we're building, that we're trying to build up for the fans, as EVPs, you guys were wrong. You do not, that's not how EVPs act. You think if I was mad at something somebody said, I'm going to come out like that and I'm going to bust down your door? If I'm mad at you, I'm going to bust down your door and start spazzing and screaming? If that's what happened. We don't know what happened. I'm just throwing out a scenario. That's not how we conduct business. Can you work? Can you work with him? Can you work with them? Listen, y'all don't ever got to work together and be in a program. That don't ever have to happen. But what has to happen is we all got to be in this building when it's time for TV. We all got to be in this locker room. We all got to grow this company. I got you for what, 2, 3 more years, whatever. Your guys are my EVPs. We all got to be here for however much time on the contract we got. And I don't want to lose anybody in this room. Suspensions are over. Now we got to talk. You were suspended for a week, 2 weeks, whatever. You were suspended for a week, 2 weeks, whatever. After that shit, I mean, tonight you got to have something going on with Punk because he's the world champion. If he's hurt, well, either he got to drop the title or he gets stripped of the title, whatever. That's for TK to decide. But when everybody comes back and the suspensions are lifted, this is the conversation we're having in person. In person. Not over the phone. In person. Can you work? Can you coexist and we could get this money together? Yes, yes. Can you coexist and we could get this money together? Yes, yes. We got any other grievances? Now's the time to air them out. You said they did this. Did y'all do that? No? Okay. Maybe you felt like this because I moved them. I decided to move them. Whatever. However the shit gotta go. That's what needs to happen. And if somebody can't do that, we got a problem. Now when TK is got all the money, TK is the boss man. He's the money man. The money man said we gotta have a sit down. We gotta have a sit down. Y'all ain't gotta like each other. But y'all damn sure gonna respect me.
Respect my authority!
Especially if I'm the money man. Oh, hell no. Y'all gonna come sit down. We gonna come talk about this. It don't gotta be right away, but they gotta all talk about this. And that's how you squash it. Y'all can all agree to disagree. Hey, I'm fine. As long as they don't say nothing to me, I ain't gotta say nothing to them. If they see me in the John when I'm washing my hands, don't say nothing to me. I won't say nothing to you. We keep it pushing. And we move past this bullshit. Even if you don't want to make a storyline out of it, you move past it. Because right now, the EVPs look crazy. Everybody got suspended, so everybody losing money. You're fumbling the bag. You're losing money. CM Punk looks crazy. Still throwing chairs at people looks crazy. Everybody taking L's out here.
Stupid.
Everybody looking crazy. So, we don't know what's going on Dynamite. Matter of fact, we don't know. We don't have... Like I said, the belief in the locker room is that Punk needs to make major amends if he's going to stay. So, Punk was injured in the match versus Mox. And, damn, so this is per the Wrestling Observer. CM Punk was funny. I turned on Twitter and look what happens. CM Punk was injured early in his match with Jon Moxley, and it is serious enough that he will require surgery and the AEW title to be vacated. Moxley and MJF at Grand Slam would be an easy solution to that. So this is what we doing. So Tony Khan just put, thank you everyone who watches AEW. This 37 minutes ago as I'm recording this. Tonight live on TBS Network, Wednesday night, AEW Dynamite. I'll address the AEW World Championship and AEW World Trios Championship. So he's going to address it. So I'm looking at Twitter to try and see what's going on. He's going to address it to find out what's up. So a Zoom call is scheduled with Punk and Steel at 4 p.m. today with AEW personnel. Punk will require surgery, necessitating that a new champion will be crowned. This is per Wrestling Observer. So, listen, this is what's up. So, there's a lot going on. This is bad. This is bad on Punk. This is bad on Punk right now. He's injured. So I don't know what's gonna happen tonight. Apparently, Punk is injured, which means he will be most likely vacating the title, which means MJF and Mox, or MJF, Mox and Jericho, the trios people, the trios winners, the Elite, they're suspended. I don't know for how long everybody's suspended, but Punk is going to be out for an extended period of time. And the Elite, they're going to be out for an extended period. If they're going to be out an extended period of time, then they might have to vacate too. Like, so this is just crazy. This is crazy. I don't know what the hell is about to happen. Get out of here. Get out of here. Don't jump on me. Go somewhere. Go somewhere. Go somewhere. My cat always want to be part of the show. So I don't think TK is gonna fire Punk. Punk makes them a lot of money. I don't think, it wouldn't shock me if they did, but I don't think they will. But it's going to be addressed as I'm looking at Twitter. That's why I'm not talking. It's going to be addressed tonight. So we got 2 hours to find out how this all gets resolved. I wish none of that shit would have happened. Hindsight is 2020, and I think, see, he always wants to be part of the show. Hindsight is 2020, and I believe that cooler heads will prevail. I believe all of this stuff will die down, and the internet will find something else to talk about and make fun of, as we always do. There's been a lot of funny Twitter memes, and, you know, the internet is undefeated. But I think cooler heads will prevail in this. Punk was right to defend himself. He was right to defend himself. He was wrong to throw punches backstage. If they ran up on him and threw punches at him and he defended himself, that's different. He's still a man at the end of the day. But to defend himself versus the Hangman, especially if he thinks he was done wrong, not wrong at all. Not wrong at all. But to be throwing punches and then still to be throwing chairs and shit, come on, man. And now Punk is out again for an extended period of time. He broke his damn foot, and now his shoulder's banged up. So it's like this was supposed to be a great couple of years for Punk. Coming back, this was supposed to be, yo, I'm working with all these new guys, all this young talent. And then he says he works with a bunch of children. I know what he meant by that. He was talking about the Elite and Hangman. He was not talking about the entire locker room. But you know how they're going to take it, and you know how the internet is going to take it. They're going to take it and run with it, trying to put words in his mouth. I know what he meant, but it's just an all-around bad situation. Tony Khan looks like a weak leader because his talent is just running amok. You think that shit would have happened under Triple H? Triple H would have cut that mic off, grabbed him, and said, hey, okay, listen, we're not going to talk about that. All right, you know what? Scrum is over for Punk. Punk has been through a long match. Punk is tired. Punk's going to leave now. We're going to bring in the next person. Go, Punk. That's it. That shit would have been real short. They might not have even tested Triple H's gangster like that. You know what I'm saying? It's like Triple H, like, I wish you would. But
Respect my authority!
all in all, we're gonna see what happens. Punk he's having a meeting at 4 o'clock. It's already 5:45 as I'm recording this. This is going up by 6 o'clock. So we'll see what happens tonight. But all in all, a bad look for AEW. Good publicity, but for the wrong reasons. So that's my take on this whole situation. Things are crazy. I will be talking about this again tomorrow when I do my AEW review. So with that being said, y'all got the social media. Check it out. RJD in the building. And I am out. So y'all be safe out here. Catch y'all tomorrow with the AEW review. Peace.
Dom DeMarco.